Welcome to the Icon of the Seas in April of 2025. Hey everyone, I'm Patrick from Oakland Travel. It is a sea day. Icon of the Seas 7-night Caribbean cruise heading over to the Western Caribbean. And here we are kind of roaming the ship a little bit, upper level of the promenade, heading over to get some coffee before we eventually make it up to the Windjammer to get some breakfast in the buffet. So, second day of the ship, still learning the layout, still getting used to this incredibly massive ship. It is hard to put into words how big the ship is until you've been on one of the ones in this class. There are now two of them, Icon of the Seas and Star of the Seas, and Legend of the Seas is on the way. And I think they were scheduled to do 4 of them, but I don't know that they've announced the name for the 4th one yet. But this is the first one, the original, the Icon of the Seas. Absolutely enormous. If you've been on an Oasis-class ship before, the Icon will feel familiar, especially like this promenade, but of course it's a 2-story promenade. And other aspects of the ship will feel familiar to the Oasis class, but this is, I dare say, an improvement. It's in obviously a class by itself, and so it's similar but different is probably the best way to put it. The one thing that is very obvious, at least for us during this April 2025 cruise, a lot of families, which is who Royal Caribbean was targeting the ship for anyway. Like, that's the demographic they're going after. And this was the last week of April, going right into the beginning of May, so like the cruise dates were literally like April 26th to like May the 3rd or something, like right at the cut over into the month of May. Spring, best time of year to go cruising. A lot of families, a lot of kids, which we kind of knew that going in. Thankfully, the ship is so big that it's spread out enough that they're not really sort of a problem. They're just sort of there. You see them constantly. But here we are, Pearl Cafe, kind of checking this out a little bit before we would make our way up to the Windjammer for the breakfast buffet.
I wanted a coffee before we go to Windjammer.
And right now, Starbucks has got them beat in terms of the line.
Yeah. Notice they don't even have prices up.
No, it's over. I think the board's over there.
Yeah. Starbucks symbol. Stay in line.
Serving Starbucks coffee.
It's $5 for a venti. Just go to Starbucks.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were gonna.
They got the Starbucks symbol.
Yeah.
The ventis are like $5.
Yeah. This is like if you wanted along with food or something, Down through the Pearl. In the cruise fare? Nah, they want that as part of the drink.
No. Well, yes. You're not paying for it.
Well, I guess
They don't even have signs. Like, order here, pick up more.
I know.
Yeah, they have their minimal things.
Yeah.
You're not getting your coffee?
whatever.
Working orders I guess these are the common things that they. Oh well, they have a menu up there too. Of course. Oh, this is. Hi, good morning.
Hello.
A flat white, yes. Can I get a? Right now, the open part. What's that one small? That's a large. Medium, and we have the large.
This is the one that comes with the first graphic.
I get the graphic. And can I get oatmeal?
Venti hot caramel macchiato. Nah, just for whatever comes in it.
Once the regular.
Anything else you want to do? Whiskey 70. And please continue, that's optional, then signature.
Oh, look. Get you a,
Can I say hi?
Oh, yeah.
I'll check you out.
Oh yeah.
Maybe doing live. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, David.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, hello.
Seems to be holding up well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean they're nice coffee cups.
I don't think it's supposed to put in the dishwasher, but I think you have
Coffee
to.
cup.
It has all of that detail work on it, Patrick. Usually they tell you not to put it in the dishwasher.
Well, I'm not washing it by hand,
Starts to
so
fade away.
we'll see how long it lasts.
So then we have to go up to 15,
We have to go that way.
back and 15, right?
50.
To the back and to 15?
Oh, 15. Yeah, I thought you were saying 50. Yes, to the back that way, and then 15. Yes.
No, the day that a cruise ship has 50
I
decks,
wasn't sure.
I don't think I'm
What I-
going on that boat.
That's what I thought I was hearing. Yeah, he's going to do some sort of aerobics thing over here. Guy in the green shirt.
Is he the Royal Promenade?
I think so. He's connected into the stuff. He doesn't have his little name tag thing on, but I think that's him. I don't know, unless he's just so there waiting on somebody. Ah, thank you. See, back to writing the names on that. Oh, very good, very good.
Dance fitness at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's probably it. Dance fitness class. Yep, see, people are already forming here. Oh, we haven't even been over this yet. We haven't even been to any of this yet. I don't know. I've got it on the sheet.
So I'm not sure if you heard Maria right there, but they're getting ready to do a dance class or something. There's a little platform right there. And of course, they've already got some Latin music kind of going here right through this area on the Royal Promenade to kind of get everybody hyped up and warmed up and so on. And of course, we're walking right through this Latin music that YouTube would obviously object to, because heaven forbid you have background music playing in your video that you have no control over. But YouTube, being the pain in the ass that they always have been and probably always will be, doesn't seem to care. So I always have to talk over music, otherwise it'll block the video, which is always fun. Royal Promenade, massive on the Icon of the Seas, and similar to the Oasis class, but bigger, and 2 stories. So definitely a cool aspect of cruising on the Icon class is just all the things that you can do right here on the Royal Promenade.
Yeah, because in the water park, if you come out of the entrance of the elevators to Chill Island, and you go to
So one other thing to point out here, the way that we do our vlogging, the way that we approach this, if I'm walking around on a cruise ship, I pretty much have a camera in my hand and I'm recording, like almost all the time, to present like the fullest view possible of the ship, the cruise, etc. And we don't really cut anything out. We pretty much put it all in there. So you see everything. And so our episodes tend to be long. There's a lot of content. We come home with a couple of terabytes of data from like a 7-night cruise because we just record everything. So feel free to skip around a little bit if you want to skip past a part, but forward into the video to see other aspects. So right here, deck 15, this was the first time coming up here for breakfast because this is day 2. And of course, the first day embarkation day, we didn't get on the ship till noon. Come out of this elevator and there's a line to get into the Windjammer. And it's like, whoa, we haven't seen this very much on many Royal Caribbean cruises. We've seen it a couple of times on Oasis class ships under real weird circumstances. But this was like, okay, now what? Now, fortunately, when they did the layout for the Icon class, they made the Windjammer properly, like they gave it the proper size. It is enormous. So the little bit of line over here to get in there, it moves pretty quickly. You do have to have a little bit of patience. And so right here, we're sort of deciding what do we want to do here? Do we want to wait in the line to get in there and do the breakfast properly, which is what we were hoping to do? Or do we want to go back down to the Pearl Cafe and substitute there or whatever? We decided to go ahead and stick it out and get in the line, and you see the line starts to move. So now there is one aspect of this that is a little annoying, just to be honest, and I called this out when I did the cruise review. When we were eating at the end of, there's the buffet as we get in there and we start searching for a seat. Of course, it is enormous. You see it, but it's also packed. So they had to give it the room. But when we were eating, and I don't remember if this morning or the previous, might have been embarkation day, but right at the end of the meal, we were done and we were just about to get up, but a crew member actually walked over and was basically asking us if we were done. We were already sitting. We had not started to get up, but he was basically kicking us out of the table. And directly behind him was like a family of 3 or 4 people that had plates of food in their hand, and they're basically like expecting us to get out of their seat. Like it was rude. And it was very annoying. I called it out in the cruise review. Did not appreciate that at all. And that had never happened before the Icon, ever. On any cruise line, any ship, whatever. So that was sort of the downside of like this whole push them in, push them out kind of thing. So I don't know how many other people might experience that, but that is something to be on the lookout for, that they may like come over to you and be like, okay, it's time for you to leave. Got these other people here standing right behind me that have food waiting for you to get up so they can sit down where you're sitting, because that's exactly what happened. But you see the buffet, a lot of different food choices here. Over the course of our cruising career, so to speak, of 20 plus years, we've seen a lot of different buffets. It's hard to rank them. I will say that the Celebrity Beyond is right up at the top of the list. We just got off of the Majestic Princess from Princess Cruises, and it was right up there with it. So the buffets on Royal Caribbean are consistent. This one was awesome in terms of its size and its layout. Every food option you could think of for breakfast is in here somewhere. So we definitely enjoyed this. We spent a lot of time in this Windjammer buffet over the course of the cruise for different options for breakfast and lunch sometimes. Never really for dinner, though. I don't remember us doing a dinner in here. We typically did the main dining room. But this will give you a little bit of an idea. Of course, it's hard to record some video of the buffet when there's so many people in here. And it was hard for me to find a time where I could really go around and accurately record everything without getting in other people's way. So that's always a challenge when it comes to recording video during a cruise.
Here's all the pancake toppings. Like a mess. Next, another bakery area over here. Maple icing donut, raspberry Danish. Ooh, they got some stuff over here they didn't have at the other side. Apricot cherry. Dulce leche croissant. Milks here. Cereal. And move over to the American breakfast side here. Scrambled eggs with ham and cheese, corned beef hash, scrambled eggs, baked beans, ham, cheddar, smoked salmon, capers, cream cheese, a little busy in here. Cheese omelet, ham and cheese omelet. Huge pieces of display bread. Honey glazed ham. Applesauce. Boiled eggs, pork sausage, grilled tomatoes, hash browns, tons of bacon, and more pork sausage on the other side. Here's our fruits, lots and lots of fruits. Over here we should have some yogurts and stuff. Got our blueberry parfait, strawberry parfait, fruit muesli. And we've got favorites over here, which is probably more of the same. Ooh, bread pudding, vanilla sauce, grits, cheddar cheese, ginger, cilantro, tofu, and chicken sausage, bacon, scrambled eggs, pork sausage, hash browns, sauteed mushrooms, biscuit, gravy, cheese omelet, breakfast potatoes. Wow, I didn't know those were here. This for rice. I'm not sure what that is. Curry. And then looks like we got oatmeal over here. And then we got colds over here.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
How are you? Good?
Good, very good. Toasted bagel with cream cheese and smoked salmon. And avocado toast with crab meat. Wow. That is mostly breakfast. There's our sausage from earlier where all the people were. The pork sausage was very, very good. Hash browns, excellent. Everything's good.
So at this point, it is about mid-morning, around 10 o'clock-ish, first of the 2 sea days during the cruise. What better time than to do a ship tour? So I decided to do that, starting all the way down sort of at the bottom of the ship and just kind of working my way up. And as you can probably imagine, I recorded a lot of video because I tried to really spend some time showcasing each of the parts of the ship. And so what you're watching here is the November 2025 experiences video. This will carry through for the next few months as we do the experiences video once a month. And so this is the beginning of the ship tour during the sea day. And so this will go on for a couple of more sort of vlogging episodes as we really document the icon of the seas. To the music hall, there's a private function. Deck 3, 10 a.m. and they're doing brunch apparently. Here in the dining room.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Hello. Brunch menu. Interesting. How often do you do the brunch? How often do you do the brunch?
8:30 to 12 o'clock.
Like, is it each day or just
This is only for today, sir.
only for today?
Tomorrow, it will gonna be normal breakfast.
Okay.
Like only breakfast, like
And-
omelette, eggs, something like that.
And what time does the breakfast usually stop?
So tomorrow, if fourth day, 7:30 to 9 o'clock, sir.
Okay. On the other sea day, what's the breakfast?
Sea day, 8 to 10
8 to 10. Okay.
for
Good.
sea day.
Okay.
Hi,
Thank you.
hello, welcome. For how
sorry.
many of you? 6.
All right, so we're gonna have to wait on that. So we are deck 3 aft, and then what is, I guess, essentially deck 3 midship, but only accessible from the rear elevators. Be the conference center. Ooh. Quantum, Oasis, Voyager, and then a breakout room. Man, nice little conference area going on down here. Tucked away from the rest of the crowds. Quantum room is in there. Oasis room is in here. Wow. Nice sized little room there. And then right next to it is the Voyager room. And then you got like a little meeting space out here. Have a nice little conference here on the Icon of the Seas. All right, so deck 5, dining room.
Well, sir, 12 o'clock.
Hello. How you doing? So decks 4 and 5, what do they normally use those for the dining
It's
room?
nothing, sir. So it's closed for breakfast and lunch.
Well, I mean like at dinner and stuff.
Dinner is pretty much the same as deck number 3. It's only have a different timings.
Oh, different time. Oh, so this is more like the traditional, traditional.
Correct, sir.
Okay. And that's for both 4 and 5.
Correct.
So my time is only deck 3. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, that's what I figured. So my time deck 3, and then traditional seating times are 4 and 5. Oh, we got some training going on here of some sort. I see Royal Caribbean crew members out here. They've got headphones on. This is the running track on 5. Ooh, I wonder if this is training in regards to lifeboats. They've got little earpieces on, and there's a dude over here, an officer, that's got a headset on, so he's directing the crew on something. So deck 5, main dining room. Deck 3, if you wanted to come down and do, today is actually brunch, which this is the only time during the cruise that apparently they do brunch. The rest of the time, I think the dinner is, or the breakfast, I'm sorry, is from like 7 something to 10 a.m. And then 11 or something, 11:30, they open for lunch. And then dinner, I think, is maybe like 5:30 or something, 5:30. I don't know the exact times. We, long time ago, we did traditional years ago, because we've been cruising Royal Caribbean 20 years, actually slightly over 20 years. And we did traditional dining way back then. This was before my time dining even existed. And you pretty much had a 5:30 or like an 8 o'clock as your two options for dining. And so we would always do the 8 o'clock, the later seating. And, you know, you get used to it over the years because it's the only option you have. 5:30 was too early. But man, having dinner at 8 o'clock, you're walking out of the dining room at 9:30 at night. Because back then the service wasn't quite as fast, so it took longer to have dinner. But very nice. Got the wine list on every one of the tables, you know, promoting all the wines that can be bought by the glass or by the bottle. And of course, bar service in here. A couple of the employees back there chilling out, maybe doing paperwork. He's doing something over here. This was the guy I was talking to a minute ago. All right, deck 5. We're at the back. Let's see, what do we have on deck 5 at the back of the ship? Okay. So we're going to go towards the front, I guess. Alright, the Royal Promenade. This thing is going to take a lot of time to recover. So, port side, towards the back, shopping. Right over here, port merchants. Where you can get your alcohol. Tax and duty free.
pretty standard fare here. All the vodkas you could ever want. Got some snacks going here. Chocolates. Overpriced toiletries and stuff. Of course, lots of cigarettes.
Hey, good morning.
Morning. That's my wife's favorite right there, Woodford Reserve.
I have a nice wine Woodford, which has icon of the thief and the ship name on it.
Yeah. Don't show it to her, she'll buy it. Ooh, $39.50. Look at that. Macallan, $1,400. Well, you definitely would be declaring that when you got off the ship. And then on the other side, more watches over here. Then we come into the next cruise desk. They're not as busy as I thought they would be. They were slammed yesterday, embarkation day. This is also the Crown and Anchor Society area. And right next door is our Point and Feather pub. We almost stopped in here last night for a drink. $14 is kind of the rough average right now for most of the cocktails. This is late April 2025, so I'm sure at some point that'll go up. Nicely stocked bar here. Hello, how you doing? Good. I'm good, thank you. Lots of alcohol. Ooh. And then this corner back over here is where the performer, right behind where those people are sitting, is where the performer plays. We saw him last night. And then across the way is the classic guest services desk. Always seems to be a line at guest services. Almost no matter which ship or which day of the cruise, there's always somebody in here. Nice open, airy feel to it. And then of course sometimes they'll come out here and answer questions, help out. How you doing? Cruise Compass is no longer available on paper. Now you have to get the digital version, I think. I think they might still do a paper version if you ask, but they really try to move away from that. The little internet connectivity desk over here, the VOOM. So far it's working pretty good. I haven't tried any live streams, so nothing that would really test the internet. But for regular email and Facebook, it's working quite well. Port and shopping desk. Guessing this will probably be busy later on for when we hit some of the port islands. 1400. Nice bar area here. Morning. And a lot of people that get a drink and then go sit out here. So we are midship, Royal Promenade, starboard side, deck 5. In this area right over here, straight in the center of the frame is where you come on board. They bring you right into the promenade. There's the escalator going down into the casino. This might be a tour of the ship for new people coming on board. New employees. Because they were the ones that were out on the running track earlier. 1400, just a nice bar right here on the Royal Promenade.